Hello and welcome to this video where today we are going to be photographing one of the most common birds of prey here in the UK, the buzzard. Now, while they can be found almost anywhere here in the UK, they are incredibly shy and flighty birds, making them quite hard to get a decent photo of, which is where a dedicated photo hide like the one here behind me come into play. Now, I know there are those of you out there who don't agree about using a photography hide. Yes, I do read the comments, and that's fine, you do you. However, they do have their place, and a dedicated hide like this for certain animals that you can't necessarily get encounters with on your own is ideal. So today I have travelled across the country to Leicester as I have been invited out by Des from Captivating Nature to try out their wild buzzard hide, and I have to say I am incredibly excited. To minimise disturbance to the birds, the hide is only open for 3 days a week, and you also get driven to the hide from the main parking area. So for those of you who maybe find it difficult walking a long way with all your gear, you don't need to worry about that in this hide. So I've just been left and now it's just a case of waiting for the buzzard to come in. So I'm going to go into sign up mode and I will join you in a voiceover. It's literally here already. Chris just left me. It was amazing to be able to see one of our most common birds of prey so close up. I made sure to use different focal lengths as well as turn my camera into vertical orientation to get a variety of images. This was my first time in a hide that uses one-way glass, and I have to say I am a convert. To be able to get such a wide and unobstructed field of view was amazing, and it will be hard to go back to a hide that uses scrim netting. The glass does limit the amount of light into the hide, which equates to roughly one stop of light. So to account for that, you need to drop your shutter speed or raise your ISO. For this first visit, the buzzard was with me for about 20 minutes before flying off back into the woodland. As the buzzard had moved on, I took this opportunity to readjust my location within the hide, moving closer towards the door so I could get a slightly different view towards the log that the buzzards would land on. It was then to waiting for the buzzard to come back in. The hide here is nice and comfortable, and while I didn't use it on my visit, I did spot a diesel heater in the corner. There were a few smaller birds like robins and great tits that kept me company, as well as a male pheasant. After about an hour of waiting, the second buzzard came in. This one was much more golden in colour than the first, and after speaking to Des, I found out that this one was the female and the one that came in earlier was the male. After initially landing and facing in towards me and the hide and getting some absolutely amazing photos, the buzzard moved around to stand with its back towards me. This allowed me to get some more varied images with this different perspective. I particularly like the ones where the buzzard is looking off with the beak full of feathers. So be sure to check out the blog post that goes along with this video over on my website joeherd.co.uk. As before, I varied my focal length and orientation to ensure I got as many different shots as possible. I was using the auto ISO function for this setup, and I was controlling my aperture and shutter speed. For the most part, my aperture was wide open at 6.3 and I was keeping an eye on my shutter speed, not wanting it to be too slow that I would then have motion blur, but not unnecessarily high to need a high ISO setting. I made sure to take a moment to take in what I was seeing and experiencing, and not just focus on getting the photos and videos. It was amazing to be able to spend so much time with these beautiful birds. The second buzzard stayed with me for over an hour, and it was great to see some of their natural behaviour close up, like rubbing their faces along the log before moving off. After the second buzzard had moved on, I messaged Chris to get collected, as the majority of the pigeon had now been eaten and I was over the moon with what I had been able to capture. So my stint here in the hide has come to an end, and I am over the moon with the images that I have captured today. It's just been great to be able to be so close to the birds that I see so often at home, but I've never been able to get a decent photo of, and to have had both the buzzards come in as well was really just brilliant. And like I said, I was so happy with the pictures that I've got, and they're definitely going to be making it into my 2025 photo book of the year. So a huge thank you to Des from Captivating Nature for inviting me out here to try out the wild Buzzard Hide. Like I said, I have had an absolutely amazing day, and I will be back hopefully next year to try out the barn owl hide that they also run from this site. Now, if you're interested in booking yourself a spot in the hide, there will be a link in the description for you where you can check out all the information and get booked in. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed tagging along with me to this Buzzard Hide, and I shall see you in the next video. It's my audition for Country File presenter. Oh, I could do this walking to it, couldn't I? Oh, that would be fancy. Right. Do I want to be here, or do I want to be here?